Welcome back to ESG Uncovered. I'm Manal Maqbool, joined by Hazik Nishat, our ESG practice leader. In episode 1, we discussed about the groundwork of ESG, the why, what, and how. But today, it's all about the action. We have highlighted some real success stories from across the GCC, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and UAE, and showing how business here are stepping up to make ESG real.
Hello Manal, and yes, thank you all of you to be here with us again. This is one of my favorite angles because ESG sometimes feel definitely abstract, but when you look at it, what's happening in the region, you realize that it's not a theory anymore, and it's happening and it's impressive and it's really good.
Exactly. Let's start with big NEOM in Saudi Arabia. It's one of the most ambitious ESG aligned mega projects in the world. A whole city built around renewable energy, smart mobility, zero ground carbon emissions, and tech-driven sustainability.
Right, and it is really redefining urban living, what urban living looks like. 100% clean energy, water reuse, biodiversity, and these are now just become part of an ESG vision. It's not just another add-on.
And then there's Masdar City in the UAE, another great example, a city powered by solar energy designed for low carbon emissions with walkability and circular economy thinking at its core.
Yeah, and what I love about NEOM and Masdar is they're not building it for today. They're actually looking at 50 years from now, and that is exactly why that is how ESG is done right.
Agreed. And it's not just the mega projects. We have seen smaller companies exploring ESG strategies within the region as well. For example, we have seen a Bahraini company exploring green tech and waste to energy, green tech finance, waste to energy solutions, local manufacturing, business introducing, and sustainable packaging.
Yeah, and the good part is that it's the SME sector as well has now realized that this is something strong ESG practices can really help them towards maybe access to sustainable good green finance or international global partnerships. And we've recently worked, Minhal, I'll just share with you an experience of ours. We recently worked with a client which is a global logistics company, and they started tracking their carbon emissions, not just because it was required of them. They didn't really have to do it, but they did it because their clients actually expected them to.
That's such a great point. ESG is becoming a differentiator, especially in competitive sectors like tourism, construction, and tech.
Yes. And the good news is, Minhal, there is a growing support in the ecosystem in the region, and that is what I love about it. The region is supporting the initiative, brilliantly. There are government incentives there. There are sustainability funds. ESG reporting, platforms are there. They're helping make it easier for businesses to actually adopt and take the first step.
But let's take a challenge for a moment. It's not smooth sailing, right? What do you think about what are the biggest roadblocks for the companies right now when it comes to ESG?
Well, in my experience, there are technically three things that I would suggest that people should worry about. One is obviously the lack of data itself. The other, is the obvious one, the lack of, ESG expertise. We don't find readily available ESG experts in the region. And, the third is basically, a lot of companies do not know where to start.
Which is where we come in. We help businesses map out where they stand right now, what's material to them, and how to build a realistic, tailored ESG roadmap.
Absolutely, from helping a family-owned businesses launch their first ESG report, or helping listed entities map their way through the ESG regulation systems. It's about turning good intentions into structured actions.
So whether it's a mega project like NEOM or Masdar or innovation startups like Bahrain, the GCC is full of ESG momentum. And the companies that are acting right now, they're not just keeping up, they're leading.
ESG is no longer a buzzword anymore. It's not a passing through trend in the region. It's here to stay, and it's being shaped. And that's something, the region and all of us should be really proud of.
If your organization is thinking about where to start or how to elevate your ESG approach, our team is here to help. Whether it's building your first ESG framework or scaling up your current strategy, we have got the tools, expertise, and regional insights to guide you.
Thank you for turning into ESG Uncovered.
Until then, keep looking forward and keep building better. Thank you.